Hello, my name's Andrew Foster and I'm the new Interim Chief Executive, and this is my first team brief here from Ward 19, the Haematology Oncology Ward, and soon I'm going to be meeting Dr. Raghu, who is the Associate Medical Director for the Heartland site. Now, the first thing I want to say is thank you for the very warm welcome I've had since joining the Trust. I've had many letters and emails from you, and I'm walking about the three sites. I've spoken to many people and we've had various listening events, so I'm getting some idea of what you think about the Trust. On the positive side, there's a great pride in the quality of service that we provide and in the teams that we work in. But there's also quite a lot of concerns about uncertainty about the future, a sense that the culture of the organisation is not as healthy as it might be, and that morale is not as good as it might be. But with these concerns come a sense of opportunity, that by listening to staff, we can actually start to plot a new course for the organisation and take it back to where it was, one of the best performing trusts in the country. My top priorities for the next 3 months are staff engagement, quality improvement and clarity. Staff engagement is used to solve the problems of the organisation by asking those who work on the front line. That's where you get the best solutions. So you'll already know about the listening events that we have held and the future ones that are going to come, so that you can help us to solve the problems in the organisation. Quality improvement is something that I want to see as much more of a celebration in the organisation. There's already really good things happening all over the place, and I want to create a new cohort of people that will have excitement about quality and promote quality improvement in their departments. And for clarity, I mean clarity about the organisation's present, who's in charge of what, and clarity about the future, where are we going in 5 years' time. So you can see here this management structure, which shows the 5 executive directors and their main areas of responsibility, and alongside them the associate medical directors, some of whom have responsibilities for sites and some have responsibilities for service. And that process of clarity about responsibilities is going to be cascaded down the levels of management. Now, in terms of clarity about the future, I've tasked Professor Matthew Cook with coming up with a suite of interconnected strategies for approval by the Trust Board in September, and we'll be engaging with you as we form these strategies. The areas that I want to cover include quality, clinical plans, the specific future of each main hospital site, plus nursing, workforce, IT and estates. And that will then give us the confidence that we know where we're going for the next 5 years. My second major priority is quality improvement. And I'm going to start with the issue of safety, specifically in the ED department, where too often we have patients on trolleys in the corridors unsupervised. This is a real risk to patient safety, and I hope it can be one of the first things that we can address. Secondly, I want to create a community of quality champions, people who are trained in quality improvement techniques and can take pride and pleasure through introducing innovative quality improvement programs across the Trust. And thirdly, the Trust has signed up to a national program called Sign Up to Safety campaign, which will enable us to share data with other trusts. Now, data is very important because that shows us how we know that we're improving. And you can see here, for example, the number of cases of MRSA bloodstream infections we've had in the Trust over the last several years. And what is really encouraging is that it shows that the problem has almost been completely eliminated, with just 1 case so far this year. If we look at C. diff, we can see a similar pattern. Not so many years ago, there were literally hundreds of patients every year, probably 2 wards full of patients all the time with C. diff. And now that's been reduced to just a small number of dozens of cases every year, and a real record of achievement for the Trust in its fight against infection for patients. Here we are on the very busy site office on the Heartland site, and where better to talk about the main pressure of patient safety. This is particularly evident in the ED departments, where patients can often be left unsupervised on trolleys because there simply isn't enough space. Now, the long-term solution can only be a rebuild of a much bigger ED department, but that's going to take a long time. So we've been asking staff for their ideas about how we can improve things in the short term, with a particular view to improving patient safety. And on top of that, of course, there is the fact that we haven't met the A&E target in the Trust for nearly 3 years now. Now I'm with Dr. Raghu, who's been a consultant with the Trust for the last 16 years, and for the last 14 months he's been the Associate Medical Director for the Heartland site. So, Dr. Raghu, can you tell me what are your main responsibilities and accountabilities?
I'm responsible for the Heartland site as an Associate Medical Director. My roles are to maintain safety and quality, and obviously comply with the performance expectations of the organization. And part of it is financial too. So that's where my responsibility lies, and I'm purely responsible for Heartland site.
And what are the main problems and pressures that you face?
I think the fundamental problem we have is around congestion, and which I believe is the root cause of all our problems. And although there are different streams of work currently being undertaken to manage it, we still haven't got over the hump yet, and we are still struggling with that. That is compromising patient safety. There is an increased mortality associated with that, and we've had reports coming out of that. We've had untoward incidents with that. And I think once we are able to address that comprehensively, I think we should be able to move further into what we were historically performing.
And what are you most proud of?
I'm proud of my team. I'm extremely proud of my team. I belong to this hospital, and I believe that my team will succeed. I have the right kind of approach and attitude from my team. Unfortunately, there are a lot of things that we need to do to get the desired results from them, but I am absolutely confident that my team will deliver.
And can you tell me what innovations or what new developments there are in your division?
The new developments we've had is to start our new ambulatory emergency care that's been operational from January, and we've had a lot of enthusiasm from that. We are inviting the GPs tomorrow to have a look at that. It's in such a short span of time, it's moving in the desired pace. We are in the process of redesigning the medical rota for us to provide a cover that will not only provide 7-day working for our patients, but also cover all aspects of medicine that currently seems to be the most troublesome area. We are also re-looking at the site office functions, and funnily today we had the meeting with the clinical teams to look at what they want from site office, what is their core functions that they would expect that to be delivered. And most of these new functions and systems that we are putting in, it's all running in the background of clinicians engaging with us to deliver it, and that's, I believe, is the key to delivering it successfully.
And finally, just to give me some idea of the extent of your responsibilities, how many staff are you responsible for?
I'm not sure of the exact numbers, but I think we have 5,500 staff working for Heartland site.
What is the size of budget for your division?
I work for a 200 million budget.
Well, that's a really sizable set of responsibilities you've got there. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My third priority is staff engagement, and we've been really busy on this in March. There have been 3 trust-wide listening events and 4 specifically on the problems in the emergency department. We're going to be having more listening events in April, including 2 major summits, one on quality and one on staff engagement. And all of these things generate hundreds of ideas, and of course the challenge for us now is to act on those ideas. We're also setting up 10 pilot teams that will be introducing their own specific ideas in their own areas.